Hey,
Ah,
reviews.
back up in here, yo.
All right, and we're here for Miss Bala,
Yes.
which technically is a remake of Miss Bala, Baha,
Bala.
from 2011. Sorry. Um, in this one, we have slightly updated film star roster, more Hollywoodized, I would say, a little bit bigger budget, I think. 20th Century Fox brought us
They got Falcon.
right Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I have to apologize because I do not know the female lead in this movie. I do not know her name. So, whoops. But anywho, doesn't really. Oh, Gina Rodriguez. Sorry. Anywho, overall, let's just get right into it, okay? Last year around the same time, they released Jennifer Gardner's film Peppermint, and it did okay for with the lead female in an action role. So I think the movie studios were like, let's do another one, and they released this. I'm actually going to go ahead and say this was a little bit better than that one.
Yes.
Overall, I liked the plot.
Yeah, it
wasn't an amazing plot by any stretch of the imagination. We've kind of seen something similar before.
I think we've seen kind of this, but not in Mexico, Tijuana area. It's normally like Europe, like Russia or something like that involved, like kind of like that area.
Well, like Narcos, right?
Narcos.
Really popular on Netflix.
Yeah, that's why I kind of went that area, because before, like, it's always kind of been like some weird girl gets abducted by like Russians or Germans or something like that.
Yep. So they kind of put more of a twist on it for the movie perspective, and like I was saying, and we kind of seen something a little similar in what's that one? Sicario. Right. This is nowhere near as serious as Sicario, right? As a different level.
I mean, it could be, but they just didn't. They didn't go that way.
Yeah. It seems like the original was more like that.
Yes.
And this was kind of more like an updated one to kind of I don't know. In my opinion, it kind of was a version to show like female empowerment, and not to really show that she was 100% victimized, but like strong being victimized. It's kind of interesting way to do it.
It's like she's in a situation where she should be victimized, but they don't.
Yeah, like all the
for
right
no
things.
Like real explained reason why they don't.
Like
just
all the
don't.
right circumstances happen to where like right when she's about to be victimized, it doesn't really there's nothing too terrible that. I mean, bad stuff happens around her, without giving away too much spoilers, but not too terrible.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you go there in your imagination or think of other possible scenarios, nothing really terrible happens to the main character, which is okay. But like I said, plot could have been better. It looked like the original plot-wise had more, I want to say, like, I don't know.
It's like graphic and darker, probably.
Yeah, like more gumption to it. Like there's more moving parts, more ways to keep you compelled and add more suspense to what was going on. There were moments of suspense in this one, but I felt like there could have been a whole lot more. And then like her whole gun training, she just was a good shot after shooting the AR several times in a row. I was like, okay, whatever.
All you need is practice once.
Right?
And you're assassin. Montage.
Overall, what would you give this film?
It's okay. I mean, it's not amazing. It's like 2.5. Like it's
okay.
It's like it's average. It's like if you have nothing else on, like say it came on TV, you're like sitting there. All right, that's not too bad. It holds your attention for a while, but like something like you need to go out of your way to see, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it the same. If I wanted to be nice, I'd give it a 3. But I think it's about a 2.5 because if it was something on Netflix, you check it out. Do we think it's something you need to go see in a theater? I think you can pass. Unless you're a huge fan of the original and you just kind of want to see this version, I think you would be disappointed technically.
Yeah.
But again, entirely up to you guys. We're just giving you our critique of it, saying it's probably something you can wait to see at home on home video or streaming service. I don't think you need to spend your money at the theater. So, spoilers!
Spoilers in your face.
All right. What up,
Right
Anthony Mackie? Give me some depth, homie.
AZ, yo.
All right. So, all the bad guys die except for her. Like, legit. the DEA agent who was basically planning on double crossing her, he gets killed by a grenade or a grenade launcher. No,
not all the bad guys. Technically, there was one bad guy that wasn't a bad guy.
Oh yeah, this guy.
The black guy lives.
See, right? I wonder if that was in his contract. Like, hey, I gotta live, yo.
The black guy lives.
So, yeah, all the actual bad guys.
Yeah.
Across the border, technically, they all die. And somehow this woman miraculously pulls off the murder of a chief police. Even though she warns him, somehow she just like if Domino from Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
People who might know Domino, or just people who are comic fans in general, the way she has luck, this girl in this film has incredible
She was
luck.
in 3 gun battles.
Major.
And not a scratch.
Not a single bullet. Not a whiz by. Not a nothing.
The close was like some little explosion behind her that messed up her hearing.
Her hair goes.
And
comes right back down. Better than it was when she was walking the first time. I was like, did you just hit a hairstylist from that?
And then she lost hearing for like 0.2 of a second, and then she was fine.
Yeah. So, Lino kills the chief police at the very end, and then she's like, you double-crossed me this whole time.
Yeah.
Pow, pow, pow. 3 bullets, technically. It was 1 shot here, 2 to the stomach.
So basically, she gets kidnapped because her friend's in a beauty pageant, and they want to win this beauty pageant. She's a makeup artist, and you're like, okay.
She goes down there to help her.
She goes down there to help her. Basically, a gun battle happens in the club that they're going in because her friend wants to get in close with the guy that's in charge of the beauty pageant to win. And then they get abducted. And she gets abducted by the cartel. Her friend gets abducted by you don't know who.
And they want to make you believe that because she's an American and this Lino guy is an American but lives in Mexico, that somehow they have a connection that he uses and references throughout like the entire time.
Yeah, something like the DEA or whatever thinks that they're together because they saw her one time. Oh,
one time.
That's your boyfriend because you guys. I'm like,
he flashes some money, buys you clothes, nice cars.
I'm like, if you've literally been watching the guy, you kind of would know that you've never seen her before.
Right.
So why also do you think that that's like, oh, that's his girlfriend?
Yeah, kind of sloppy writing in my opinion. I'm sure the original version probably tells it better. At least it looks like.
But I guess maybe he was just using her because he was like, oh, I say all this.
Yeah.
And she's forced to work for us.
Yeah.
So she has to work for the DAA, and then he double crosses her.
Yeah, that's my guess. Is he was like, oh, this is some chick mixed up in all this. Like she's expendable technically. Like it doesn't cost his agency anything. And since from what he said, she has no family, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, no one's gonna miss this girl if she doesn't work out, you know?
Yeah.
So terrible. Like that would suck so bad to be in that situation.
Because like he's like, oh, the van will be right there at this door, and she runs to the door, and she's like.
Yeah,
where's the van?
Well, agents waiting outside to take you. And so she's like there, and it's like what? It's like locked.
It's locked, and there's no van.
She like looks to the keyhole. It's like nobody there. It's like nothing, empty. And she's like, which I think is funny. There's a gunfight going on, and she like,
calls the guy.
Hello.
He's like, where's the van? You're on your own. Click.
Yeah. So I don't know. A lot of unbelievable scenes. Like I said, she has amazing luck in this film. On level of like Domino.
Well, even like the people, the cartel, when they're in the little gun battle, it's all them in the middle of the field. They're basically outgunned.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of the thing and they win. It's kind of weird. Yeah, he has a grenade launcher, but I'm like, it's an entire police force coming at you from snipers on the roof and a group thing. Yeah. And they're like, oh, grenade, we're fine.
And then at the end scene shootout, she's literally walking through them shooting back and forth at each other.
When they go slow motion and there's bullets like flying by and she's just like, slow motion.
I'm walking with this AR. I'm about to get revenge.
Like if you see the trailer, you see at the end of the trailer is her walking in slow motion. You'll see the bullets like behind her, and it's just like you're in the middle of a gun battle.
When she's going through the house, there are legit people in front of her with guns shooting at each other, and they all ignore her.
They all ignore the fact that she has a gun in hand.
I'm like, who's the girl with the gun? I don't know. Bap. Sorry. I mean, I would have shot her.
Like one guy runs up to her and like grabs the gun for a second, and then let's go.
Which he wasn't on either side. He was just some random dude from the house party, like scared. Like, give me this gun. She's like, get off me.
And then she points out, like, leave me alone. He's like, all right.
Yeah, good. I'm like, okay, that was silly. So, yeah, overall 2.5. It ends with the CIA basically trying to cut a deal to make her part of them, probably.
She makes on a drug run, and she meets Anthony Mackie, and he basically gives her guns to go back to them for a gun deal. And then she gets at the end and find out that he's CIA. So basically, he's been investigating the whole time, which is kind of weird that he would give them guns if he's CIA, and he already knows who they are.
Which kind of goes along with what everyone makes a joke about, is it like, who helps the cartel bring in drugs and weapons? Oh, the CIA.
Yeah. Like, they basically like they're supporting the war going on there, so they,
Yeah. Keep them at war with each other, then you don't have to worry about them.
Yeah. And now he's like, oh, we can use you. And then she has all this demands, and she asks for like 3 things.
Because she's so special.
So now I guess she's going to be working for the CIA. That's how it ends. Like, she's going to be working for the CIA in like their cartel enforcement or whatever.
Because of her amazing luck, basically.
Because she went from being a makeup stylist to now she's a CIA agent. With basically no training.
Yes. She can change a GPS tracking sim, though, in a phone.
Yeah. She's dying in a month. Like, in a month, she's going to be a CIA thing. Pop, pop!
I don't know how the original ends, but I'm sure it has to have a better ending than that. It has to.
It might, but the original girl might have done more that seemed more CIA-ish.
More gangster, I think.
Yeah, or something.
It looks like it from the trailers anyway.
She might have took some people out, because she legit shot one person. No, 2. She shot the one guy in the leg.
Oh, that's true.
She shot one guy in the leg, and then she shot Leo 3 times. So she took 4 shots in the entire movie.
At people.
Yeah. Oh, in her training, she took like 6 shots. So she shot 10 shots in the entire
movie. Which is funny, because he told her to empty the
clip, and she took 6 shots. In the clip. Pop, pop.
ARs have
pop,
way
pop.
more than 6 in it. So.
And I'm done.
Yeah. She did get an innocent girl technically killed because of her folly, so...
She switched the SIM card thinking, okay, it'll be someone else in the gang, and it ends up being this girl that she can't really get close with because she met in like a day, and then they killed her the next day. But it was her fault because she switched it to her card, so it seemed like she was a traitor in the mall, and so they killed her.
Yeah, that sucked for her.
It's like, cause like, oh, you got that lady killed.
That's on her conscience.
No, she's good now.
Apparently, she got her
friend back. That's all she meant. When she got her friend back, she was like, I don't care about that one.
That's all that mattered.
I said I was gonna get you out, but I don't care. Now you're dead.
All right. Anything else you want to add on this one?
That's it. I mean, at this point, we'll start just killing the movie. So I mean, we've done enough to it as it is.
It did enough to itself.
I mean, Anthony Mackie was in it though.
Anthony Mackie did a great job in this film.
I mean, he was only in it for like 3 minutes, maybe.
I want to say 5.
I don't think he was in that long.
Cause he sits in the car with her for like a whole 3 minutes before they get out.
So it's like the most awkward thing. He's like,
it looks super awkward.
He's like, you got the stuff, and then she just opens her shirt, and you kind of see that her shirt's open.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It's super awkward.
And there's money.
Okay, we're gonna say probably 8 minutes because he does get her coffee at the end.
But he's not in the room, so he's on camera when he goes to get coffee.
It's got to be like 7 to 8 minutes at most that he has camera.
And then he's in the car for like, they filmed his entire thing in one day.
His scene for sure.
In the scene, they literally had to go get a car, and then they drove out, and they did another scene, and they got into a room, and then they did a scene.
High five to him if he got a nice fat check for 7, 8 minutes of screen time.
Yes, don't expect him to be in the movie a lot. If you're going to see Anthony Mackie, he's not going to be in it.
He is not in here very much.
But he doesn't die.
So remember, 2.5 from both of us.
Yeah.
Do not see it in the theater unless you really, 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 really have to.
But cut the check.
Cut the check. Thanks everyone for all the love and support. We appreciate all the comments, positive and negative. Yeah. Since some people didn't like our glass review, but it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. Thank
you for watching, even if you don't like it or not. Thanks for watching.
That's right. It helps us either way.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing, watching, And keep leaving those comments down below. And share out. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos.
That's right. Do it.
Peace.
Peace.